suppose we best get this show on the road. Hazelmead, welcome.
David, thank you.
All right, shall we start with your first song?
I thought you'd never ask. Oh, wait, what am I doing? So, hello. I'm Hazelmead. This is my beautiful band, Liam, Ella, and Sam. And this is our first song. It's called Dream Video Soft. Without further ado.
Nothing much happens around here. I like to take pictures of it on my digital camera for the sake of nostalgia or whatever. They closed down the Intel, a Family Dollar in its place. Next they'll be coming for the video store. Not that folks go around there anymore. Dream video soft. I skipped the story carpet just enough to mark my name on it. The American dreams that die and breathe. At least the football team, I still got faith. What's that word mean anyway? I found religion at Casey's, but I put it back 'cause I found something cheaper. You're smoking out down by the chain link. I'll take a hit. I'm just bored of never doing as I'm told. It's getting old. Dream radio soft. I skipped the story carpet just enough to mark my name on it. The American dreams that die and breathe. At least the football team, I still got faith. Hey, what's that word mean anyway? Midnight Waffle House rooms where I saw that waiter online with a gun, kits and bloody sneakers via live stream. Smelled the syrupy goodness of a classroom liberated. I mean, it's something to do. It's something to do. It's something to do. I mean, it's something to do. 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 Dream radio soft. I skipped the story carpet just enough to mark my name on it. The American dreams that die and breathe. At least the football team, I still got that.
Now, you have released your album somewhere in North America
That's correct.
just recently. Can you tell us about the title and what that album means to you?
So I am half American by blood, and I spent some time living over there in 2023. And even though we were going over to live, we started off traveling, and we went all through. We started in New York City, and we went down into West Virginia, and then we caught trains across through to the Midwest. We have friends in Iowa, family friends, and it's like coming home there. Iowa, and I say this at a lot of my shows, but Iowa is like my favorite place on earth. I can't really describe why. You kind of have to, to feel it. And eventually we ended back up at my father's property in Utah, and that's where I lived the remainder of my time there. And just through that short, 9 months, I experienced so many things that, as a foreigner, they were just very, very poignant and pivotal in my coming of age. I was only 19, and I turned 20 when I was there. And I just kind of got this feeling in my gut, like, I need to write, I need to write about this. And so I started writing about my own experiences when I was somewhere in North America. And then I kind of observed the other experiences of people around me and places around me, or the empty places, imagining the experiences that have passed through them. And so Dream Video Soft, for instance, has some anecdotal references, but also a lot of it is to do with this rundown kind of American dream that is still trying its hardest to stay a dream while the rest of America has woken up.
Now, your next song is American Coffee.
Yes.
Do you find Australian coffee or American coffee better?
Let's just say I'm not drinking American coffee if I have the option of Australian coffee. But like I said, like that whole album, Somewhere in North America, it's become so meaningful to my whole existence, and its significance really hasn't worn off just yet. And even though American Coffee is a newer song, I still feel myself in that world a bit. So I thought it was only, and it's iconic. American Coffee, I mean.
All right. Ready when you are.
Endless nights, endless
Now, I've watched a lot of your YouTube video clips, and something that has come really, to me, I can really see like a link, is you're really into nostalgia. And, old home movies, old, that kind of like, almost like a retro kind of feel. What does nostalgia mean to you, and how do you incorporate that into your music?
There is a lyric in one of my songs, and it's the only drugs I do are nostalgia and melancholy. I have been historically a very melancholic and nostalgic person. I think the two often go hand in hand because up until very recently, my life was filled with quite a bit of heartache, and so I was often reminiscing on the times when things seemed better. But of course, it's that fallacy that nostalgia just adds this lovely golden film over something that you thought was better than it actually was. And it's a pretty universal concept, and so writing about it, a lot of people have been able to relate, which is always such a beautiful experience. So it's just propelled me writing about this, because on top of it being something very personal to me, like I said, many people feel the same way, and nostalgia drives a lot of things. Look at the current state of society. We live in a very nostalgic society. Think of all the reboots that are coming out for no logical reason, but that's another conversation. And so incorporating it into my music, especially being fascinated with dated or retro media, like cameras and TVs and everything. I've always been fascinated by that, so it just kind of makes sense that my music would go hand in hand.
Excellent. All right. When you're ready, take us away with your next tune.
Thank you. This is Midwest. Driving home from the game, we lost again. I don't even care. Avenues of white houses in the evening, now blue and glare. Swing sets or cigarettes, our sneakers never change. Riding with my star in his car, dodging repentance. We listen to noisy cities like quiet bars, makes our
Now, this is a bit of a twofold question. First of all, when did you find out, or when did you discover your love of music, and when did you, put the band together? How did that happen?
Okay, so for the first part of that question, I grew up in a very musical family. My father is a musician and a composer, and we still have the piano that I grew up with in our house now, and I've been playing that. I actually started playing piano first before I learned guitar, and was always singing, and was raised on great musicals like Les Mis and Paris, and and also Sound of Music. So that kind of musical theater side, even though I never did any of it myself, just listening to it really propagated that ear for the love of sound. And with the band, when I started performing solo when I moved back from the States in Bunbury, I was very quickly immersed in a beautiful scene of a mix of people from a band called Dullhouse and Noise Abatement. And when I realized that the album was starting to take form and I wanted to start performing the full songs, I reached out to my lovely peers and asked them if they'd be interested in learning my songs and playing with me. And they were, and here we are. So we have 2 members of Dullhouse playing with us, and then Scumlings, aka Sam, who's now his own project. So we're all intermingling, and it's a wonderful thing about the Bunbury scene is that we're very supportive of one another, and often all play in at least 2 bands.
I will have to shout out to Dullhouse and Noise Abatement, absolutely legends in the WA music industry. Woo! Absolutely love their work. Scumlings, I've been watching you as well. I'm looking forward to hearing more of your work. Now, as you mentioned, Bunbury. How has it been like a regional artist out in Bunbury? How's that been for you? And how's that, the whole WA music scene?
I feel I've had a very privileged experience because everyone I've interacted with has been very encouraging and welcoming. And I think we have to be like that when we're regional because there's so few of us. It's a very close-knit community, and we have to stand together when venues are not willing to put us on because, unfortunately, a lot of original regional music is struggling right now. So we are all aware of that as original alternative artists, and we just stand together. And yeah, personally, playing the shows in Perth has been wonderful because everyone has been really accommodating and really intrigued, and I hope that we can just we can bring that sanctuary of the regional scene up into the city. That's all we can hope for. Just stay connected.
Awesome. Now I will give a shout out to another regional band from Bunbury, Rat Salad. Definitely check them out. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for your next tune?
Absolutely. So this song, I actually collaborated with one of my friends based in London, and we did it completely, just through phone call. So massive shout out to Iris and her project called September. She's got big things coming. And this song started off as a book idea, and then it just felt so much better and right as a song. And it's about 2 sisters and potentially a cryptid. It's called Mothman Gone Girl.
The grass is overgrown at the old house ever since you left without a sound. All I want is to be understood better than a sister could. Gus told me it's dangerous in the woods when the sun goes down. And I still hear footsteps. I think I'll follow them and find out if something strange is happening here. Maybe it's the Mothman, you know, maybe it's the Mothman. I hope this town could use a little scare, 'cause there's nobody here. The woods are only dark after Sunday school. Every time I blink I see the moon illuminate tonight. The weird dreams only started when you ran away. I don't know what to say. Come home now, but I wouldn't wanna live in this town, 'cause something strange is happening here. Maybe it's the Mothman, you know, maybe it's the Mothman. I hope this town could use a little scare, 'cause there's nobody here. Nobody here. Nobody here. It's been the longest summer. Now it's over. Broke my camera, but I don't care. A girl is a house fire. I wanna keep burning, but they never let me. They call me a liar. But something strange is happening here. You won't see me again. You won't see me. If it was the Mothman, then let it be the Mothman. If it wasn't Batman, let it be Batman. If I was a sad girl, let me be a sad girl. 'Cause I'm a goner, yeah, I'm a goner. All I wanted to be was understood better than a sister could. I'm sorry. How could you leave me?
Spooky.
Now, I do have another twofold question here.
Oh, yes.
You're about to do a cover very, very shortly. But before we dive into that, I want to know, I mean, some of your musical inspirations. I could probably, from my point of view, I could probably pick a couple that probably are probably fairly obvious.
Mm.
One would be Lana Del Rey, and the other one would be Ethel Cain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so who are your musical inspirations?
Adrienne Lenker of Big Thief, primarily, because every lyric she's ever written has just been the most profound thing I've ever heard, and so authentic. And I take, with my lyricism, definitely Adrienne Lenker, but also a lot of ambient sound. So Ethel Cain was definitely a main one for kind of ambient melodies as well, as opposed to just straight ambience like Aphex Twin and that kind of thing. But I do have to give a little bit of credit to Taylor Swift, because I grew up listening to her, and her songs kind of taught me how to write a song. And now I've been experimenting, breaking down that model and making it my own. But also, of course, Lana Del Rey.
Your next tune is a cover. But before we do that, it's a cover of a theme song, and it's a very popular show, well, it was back in the day, Twin Peaks. And you're a massive fan of David Lynch. What's your favourite David Lynch movie?
Mulholland Drive.
Ooh, mine's Blue Velvet.
Classic.
Yeah. The one that I didn't like, and I will say, Lost Highway. Great soundtrack, terrible film. Anyway, what David Lynch means to you as an artist?
Well, David Lynch is the most enigmatic human being I've ever encountered, but also simultaneously so wholesome and seemingly well-meaning. And I just found myself captivated whenever I would see him talking about his ideas. And I recently just watched a collection of his lectures that he did when he toured all around the world doing these talks on transcendental meditation and love and peace and the importance of the idea. And I just really felt my brain creating multiple new folds. And when he translates his ideas into his very surreal, dreamy, he's always wanting things to go, be as dreamy as possible. And I just think he's a master at what he did. And he's had such a profound influence overtly and, underlyingly. So with his work, such as Twin Peaks, I think because he pays so much attention to creating the world, and I think at my core, I want to tell stories, and especially through my music, I take an inspiration from him because he, I feel, tells his stories very well, not just through a narrative, but through a meta-narrative, through underlying tones, through tiny, random, strange, seemingly unrelating tidbits and things, but they all tie together. He's just got this grand plan. And I recently just finished watching Twin Peaks: The Return, and I am a different person. I will say that much. Well, it was a crazy, it was definitely about 100 levels up from the, mostly harmless nature, like surrealist nature of Twin Peaks. And he really just went full force into delving into, I guess, his potential beliefs in that world of how the universe works and that spiritual side of things. And you just couldn't look away the entire time, even when things seemed completely unrelated. I had just full faith that everything, was coming to a point that nothing seemed unintentional or accidental. And I find that's a theme with him. Everything is intentional. And that is profoundly inspiring. Thank you very much. So this is falling, like my mic stand.
Technical vibe issue.
It's like Stop singing into me, please.
Having live music. Talk about nostalgia.
Thank you. That should be good.
Yourself be heard this time. Don't let yourself be heard this time. When I saw your face, when I saw your smile, the sky is still blue, the clouds come and go, yet something is different. Are we falling in Let yourself be heard this time. Don't let yourself be heard this time. Then your kiss so warm. Then your touch so soft. The stars still shine bright. The mountains still high. Something is different. Are we falling
Back in the early mid-90s, it wasn't when it first came out, it was like more of a repeat. Channel 10 had the best Wednesday night lineup. You had the X-Files, you had Twin Peaks, and then a show that only lasted a couple of seasons. I reckon if you haven't watched it, go stream it, American Gothic. Wow. Oh, if you like Bang! Your next song. Are you ready?
In 2 seconds, I will be ready. Yes. So I'll be taking it down, just do a couple solo songs, all of which are originals as well. So I'm very, as much as I love singing covers, I love performing our original music, especially because with the band, we kind of have created our own exclusive versions of each song that don't get recorded or through the studio or anything. So I love that you can only experience it if you're seeing them live. This one is one of my favorites to sing. It's also been covered, which I'm still so unbelievably stoked about, by the wonderful A Wolf Like Me, who is in the room right now. Hello.
There he is, Aaron.
Who apparently has some music coming out too with the band. So. And I often always explain that it's about, waking up one day and just realizing that someone that was so important to you suddenly isn't anymore. But the joke's on you because they don't you exist. It's called See You Round. Used to know all the words to my life, but now you only catch a line, like birds in your mouth. We don't talk like we used to. Used to know your voice like the back of my head. Long drive home, no places, no plans. In the back of my mind, I feared things would change. So it's nothing against you, I just don't know you like I used to. I see you round, I see you on the billboards outside my town. Summer girl, seasons change, but now that I'm a woman, autumn stains my fear. And what could you do without my blessing? So it's nothing against you, I just don't know you like I used to. Standing at the garden gates of my youth, you're in the sunlight, a familiar truth, looking like a stranger. Maybe I
years older. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. 'Cause you don't even know my name.
Absolutely wonderful. Now, this question I always ask every artist. It's kind of my go-to question. What is your songwriting process? You know, lyrics, melody, or, you know, how do you construct a song?
So it often changes, depending on the inspiration at the time. But primarily I start with lyrics, because I've always been a writer. I started out, before I wrote songs, I wrote poems. And so I ended up just putting, music to the poetry. And so that's definitely the strongest baseline that I have now, the foundationally wise. So I'll, a line will come to me and I'll scramble to write it down. And sometimes it will be, I'll be in that state where I can just creatively flow and, just pump out, 3 verses, 4 verses, a chorus. Other times it'll just come in bits and pieces, and I'll find a particular feeling about that song, and then I will transmute that into music, and then that's usually how the musical side of things comes about, and I just marry them together, and bam, Hazelmead song.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait for the next one.
Thank you. This is actually a new one. And I was saying last night that I had the privilege of going down to the Sterling Ranges with my favorite person in the world. And we climbed Bluff Knoll. Well, we climbed 4 mountains in 3 days. And it was a very, very wholesome, beautiful experience. And one of the mountains is colloquially referred to as the Flower Mountain. And when we were there, I found myself writing this little song, so it's called Flower Mountain.
Flower Mountain, can't see the top till you've reached the bottom, and I'm in love. Tell your flowers I'm in love. Flower Mountain, for a while now I've been feeling a little suburban, and for a while, girl, it's a little forbidden. 'Cause you undressed all of my mystique without laying a single tattooed finger on me. And for a while now I've been wondering if the mountains feel our foot footsteps like I feel your fingers on my cheek. No mountain, no flowers, no flowers, no mountain, no mountain, no flowers, no flowers, no mountain.
That's Flower Mountain. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, earlier before we talked about nostalgia and how important that is to you and how much you love, looking back. This question is about looking back. You mentioned that, you had musical theatre, love, and your father, was a great musician. Do you remember a pivotal moment, or was it a culmination of things that you decided that you wanted to become a musician?
I actually feel it was a knowing deep down in my soul that I would never be as fulfilled if I pursued anything other than music, or at least have music in the forefront of my life. I had so many ideas of what I wanted to pursue, and when I really started working on my music and started performing and realizing my love for it, it was really just the only way. I think some people are born to do things, and whether they're good at them or not is another question, but I just feel very intuitively that I was born to write and sing and create music and tell stories this way. So, if I didn't, I'd be depriving myself.
Excellent. Well, I think you've done a great choice, an amazing choice. I think you're going to go a long way. What is the next tune? And tell us about what it's about and why you wrote it.
So the next one I'm going to sing is called Homesick. And I wrote it when I was living in the States, and I was direly, direly homesick for Australia, which was a new feeling because I was never in love with where I grew up. I was so excited to get out. And it's quite a universal experience now that I've realized it and gone through it myself. That kind of coming of age of realizing how much something means to you only after it's been taken away. It had a major mental effect on me. I was probably the most depressed I've ever been in my entire life when I was there. And so another thing was that music helped me in a cathartic way to process all these emotions. And Homesick is very much one of them. And I'm actually going to say this with a capo.
Looking at pictures of my old room, the stars on the ceiling, through the window I loom. All of my shoes sat neatly in a line like the trees in the woods. I call home most of the time. October's been better than August. Keep hoping that I'll learn something after all this, 'cause this party's okay, but it would have been better if I stayed home. This dream promised more than it gave, but I'm so far away. at the end. Tangled legs over the water, I greeted the rail like an old friend. October's been better than August. Keep hoping that I'll learn something after all this, 'cause this party's okay, but it would have been better if I stayed home. This dream promised more than it gave, but I'm so far away. Why am I here? Why am I here? No, I'm not okay, but I wouldn't have been better if I stayed home. Nostalgia glows with dead cat. Memory fades like home.
Wonderful. Now, of course, it's the WA Music Showcase. What's been the best thing for you in your experience in the WA music industry? And what's something that we could do differently?
That's just the golden question, isn't it? Well, something I do really love about the WA music scene, I guess, or industry is, I guess, people's venues, artists' openness to putting on alternative and original acts, because I know that is definitely not the case everywhere you go. However, on the flip side, the thing that I think we need to do better is we need to be doing more of that. Like, it's great that we are open to putting on original music and alternative music, but we need to be doing that as much as possible, because this is the music of our age. You can listen to the music of other ages and enjoy the music of other ages whenever you want, and the live, it's a visceral experience when you're seeing live music, and I just feel very strongly that it's important to support the art that is being expressed right now, because it reflects where we are right now in the world, and one day, 100 years from now, it will be viewed as, it's a primary source, and it's a reflection of people's opinions and feelings of a time, especially in the time that we are currently living in.
Excellent, well said. All right, you've got a couple more songs. I'm going to let you play them out, and then I have a little surprise for you.
Oh, goody. I'm going to welcome my band back up on stage. Woo!
Nightmare is excellent.
We're gonna play Enchanted for you. I see you dancing.
Dancing is allowed.
Radiating, you watch me, I'm enchanted.
a fun one.
Now, your next song, Cherry Pie, is actually the song that I kind of discovered you with. I thought I heard this song on YouTube. I saw the video clip. And I'm going to ask you about the video clip in a minute. But I thought, holy hell, this is someone who can sing. This is absolutely my type of music. And I absolutely loved it. I loved the video clip. I was like, I have to get Hazelmead on the show. There is no question. But I have heard something about this particular, the making of this video clip. You perhaps made everyone do something with a cherry pie. Can you tell
What are you
us?
trying to say?
I've done my research.
Well, yes, indeed, actually, for the Cherry Pie single launch way back in June of last year, with the supporting bands, I thought it would be a fun idea to force them to make a cherry pie and then film it and put it on YouTube. And it was honestly, well, it was fun for me. It may have been stressful for the other people. But my lovely band were all there on that day making the pie. Yeah, it was at Liam's house, his lovely place down in Bustleton. And we were all like wearing a hue of red. And it was absolute chaos. But the pie was made and it was eaten and it was very delicious. And yeah, I think I had so much fun editing it. And we also had like a lot of, I feel I'm very intrinsically tied to my peers in the scene because we just kept talking about like our, one of our favorite bands called The Cherries, who are now based in Perth. They were subject, unfortunately, to a lot of cherry puns with the making of the cherry pie. But yeah, it was made and it was fun. And it was the first time anyone had had a cherry pie before because it's not really a thing here, is it?
Not really. But I'm wondering who was the best cook out of the lot? Who's going to be on MasterChef next?
Do you know, I feel she gets points for creativity. She's not with us right now. She's over in the States. The one and only Molly McKenna, who is the Southwest Setlist, who's done just unthinkable amounts of good for the local scene in all ages and DIY events. So a massive shout out to Molly. Hope she's having the best time in America. Woo! But she was the one that brought up the idea like, oh, we need to create words out of the pastry. So she was cutting out letters with this knife and it was immaculate. So I think she could go like on Great Australian Bake Off or something.
Well, this isn't MasterChef or the Great Australian Bake Off, but we are going to have a slice of cherry pie.
That you will. You will enjoy it.
At the drive-ins again, double feature projected on my back. A swan so light, a swan so black. This duality will surely be the death of me. It seems empty as a church on Sunday evening.
Bon appetit.
All right. We've got one more tune. And then, like I said before, I got something special.
Time? Are you sure?
I've got 5. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, this way.
That was the first song I heard when I did some research on New Zealand.
Oh.
That's cool. I actually flicked it through to my 15-year-old daughter and asked her what she thought.
Oh.
She just gave it a thumbs up and a half. So
I'll take it. I'll take it.
15-year-old.
Oh, well.
Hey! You killed it.
That's okay. Can we do? Okay, sure. Well.
Wing it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
I don't want to kill the tuning.
Always do it a cappella.
No, it needs to be done with the full band. This is a new one. I'm very excited for this one. It's called Post-Spring Self-Destruction.
How do I know I'm living? I'm closing down like the drive-ins. Post-spring self-destruction. Apologies for the interruption. Pain in my nails, cherry red. It's the look she said, like some post-feminist. I've been meaning to write it, storming outside. I can't see anything but the words of your eyes. The sun
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please thank Hazelmead?
Yeah, well, there you go. I love a good soundtrack. Another, actually, completely random note, but another great soundtrack is the soundtrack to Sharp Objects on HBO. I don't know if you are familiar with that show.
I know, yep,
but
I watched, yep.
immaculate show, immaculate soundtrack.
Yep. Excellent. I might have to check that out later. All right, that was it. Thank you so much for coming.
I just want to say thank you so much again for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I love answering your questions, and I could talk about David Lynch and Twin Peaks all day.